All right. And another what's news. Zhang Weili versus Bullet, dude. We're getting it. And this card is absolutely stacked. We've got JDM Islam for double champ. We've got Valentina and Magnum for double champ. We got my boy Leon Edwards fighting the fighting nerd Carlos Prates. He's going to put it on Prates, man. You heard it here first. This card is stacked. I guess macro view, what do you think about this card? Are you hyped for it? And then we'll talk about Bullet Weili.
Definitely excited for this card. Obviously, those top three fights there are all ones that you want to be watching. The Weili Shevchenko fight is awesome. I'm really, really happy that we're finally getting that one. That is a women's super fight, and obviously we're going to talk about that. But I think that plays big impact in terms of card pricing as well, which I think is exciting. And the JDM Islam Makhachev, I think, is also really, really exciting possibilities for both card pricing for both of those after that fight plays out as well. So excited for this event. Carlos Prates, if he gets a win over Leon Edwards, also very exciting for the welterweight division, and also exciting for people who have Carlos Prates cards if he wins. Leon Edwards, this is I'm not sure if, I don't know how this stands for old Rocky in terms of win-loss. Obviously, it's bad if he loses, doesn't look good. And if he wins, I don't know. Does he still shine? What do you think? As someone who likes Rocky, he's been following Rocky for a long time in his career, where he's at now, he's on a bit of a skid. Where do you think that if he gets a win over Prates here, does he steal some shine? Does he get some relevancy back? Not only from UFC fandom, from a card pricing perspective as well.
For sure, he gets some shine back. And why I'm personally excited about this matchup is it's a striker versus striker matchup. I think Leon, is for sure the more well-rounded guy. I mean, he's taken down Kamaru Usman. He's taken down Colby Covington. He can do it all at the highest level. But this is the matchup. These are the type of matchups that I've been wanting to see from him in his whole championship run. And he basically only fought grapplers at the top, which was kind of frustrating because I really like to watch him strike. So I am very excited about this. Now, if he gets a dub, right, and I completely understand, and I kind of would echo the same sentiments as you. If he beats Prates, is he going to surge with his card pricing? Probably not. Now, he may get a little bump because he really is a guy that, is very, very low on the pricing scale. Like, people, for whatever reason, don't collect him. They don't really buy him, which is fine. But I think it can't really hurt, man. It can't really hurt. And I don't really care about that anymore with him because he's did what he's done, and he has a good legacy as a champ. But I am just excited to see him actually fight a striker, which we really have not seen. I mean, Brady, Colby, Kamaru, like almost all of his fights at the top have been against grapplers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Bilal. So, that's a tough road for a guy that's main selling point and what really got him to the dance is being a fun technical striker. So I'm excited to see Leon versus Prates. And my man, we finally get Bullet versus Weili. And I've been calling for this forever, dude. Like basically the past 8 months. As soon as Suarez got murdered by Weili, I was like, we have to see what she can do against Bullet, how that goes. And like matchup wise, you would think that Shevchenko is too big, too strong, but like Tatiana Suarez is huge for the weight class. Now, obviously she's not the same weight, right? But I am very excited to see how they match up together. And when you're talking about legacy fights, this is it, man. Like, you're talking about, I mean, yeah, but besides like Harrison and maybe like Nunes Rousey, like, have we ever seen two people with like this much accolade and this much like hype in their career go against each other in the women's division? Can you think of anybody?
I know coming into the Rousey fight, Holly Holm, although Rousey was at the complete top, like Holly Holm was pretty, she coming from the kickboxing world, she was well known there, she was pretty hyped, but not to this, not like legacy versus legacy. Like Harrison, as I said, I wouldn't even argue Harrison is on this same level. Obviously, right. Nunes.
Agreed.
We've seen Nunes versus Shevchenko twice. I think that's probably the closest that we've had to this. But this, as I said, I think even ups that because of where both of these women are at with their career. Obviously, Shevchenko had a couple of those skids with the Grasso, but they were all very, very close fights. So I don't think that really hurts too much. And then Weili is just, since that loss that she had to Rose, which was years ago now, has just gone from strength to strength, and she is one bad woman. And I'm like you, I'm actually super invested in this fight from not only a fan perspective, because this is a super fight. I know women's MMA gets a knock, but you know, you watch Weili fight, and she's incredible, man. She can do it all. And the sizing thing, as you said, like we've seen Weili pick up Francis Ngannou.
That
I,
video was
I,
crazy, man.
I'm pumped for this fight, and what I'm even really like half of my excitement is the legacy that this is going to give. I think the legacy is going to be more favorable for Weili. I think if Shevchenko wins, yeah, we're going to have that argument that she was bigger, Weili was coming up. Although to the most of the serious MMA fans, they're going to respect the win. But I think the advantage there and the biggest gain to be made is for Weili. And I would even argue that if Nunes, for some ever reason, I don't want to even speak about what that could happen in that fight with her and Harrison, but let's say the worst case scenario happens in that fight and Weili wins this fight, we could be looking at a leapfrogging potential for in terms of, you know, the women's GOAT. So, and you know, you want to talk about it with some Weili cards soon, but I think I think there's big opportunity there.
Yeah, man, that's something I really hadn't considered, is that Weili, you know, we're crystal balling here. Who knows what's going to happen? Let's say Weili goes out there, gets a finish over Shevchenko, who is super tough and has not been finished many times in her career, gets a finish over Shevchenko, double champ, and maybe she goes back down, racks up 2 or 3 more title defenses. Dude, you're completely right. And then Nunes goes out there, crystal ball. Maybe she loses to Harrison, which I don't think would affect her legacy that much. But that is a conversation to be had. And that is why we're going to look at some of their cards, man, because I think these Weili prices are way too low. This is a 1/1 gold rookie, and this is her true rookie card right here. And, dude, look at this image, Damien. This image is sick. You got Weili just throwing the peace signs on you. Pretty fun. And now it is a horizontal design, kind of a minimal design, but I think it's a fun card for sure. And you're talking about 3,100 in 2023. What do you think about that price in this card?
2023, obviously, you know, we're even more like her best performances have come in the last 2 years. So although it has sort of is a little bit hindsight 2020 to say now, I think that is probably where that card maybe should have been at 2023. Although in saying that, rookie like pricing was higher in 2023 than what it is now as well. So I don't know, you got to take that into consideration. For 1,500, that is way too cheap. I know that's 2022. But that is hype of card pricing in general. So I think that is completely way underpriced.
Look at this one, dude.
400
bucks. In 2022 for 400. That and like it's a color match.
That card, yeah, man. I actually like that more than the 1/1, dude. That card looks sick. And this is the same image she has in her fireworks insert from 2021 Prism, and it's just such a cool image of her. I love that card too. I've seen that one a few times now, but yeah, these cards look good. The only thing, dude, if this had been vertical, I would have bought one by now, to be honest. But yeah, underpriced, especially now. I think that card now, if that 1/1, for example, was to sell in 2025 midway through September, I think that's got to be a 5 or 6K card, to be honest.
I mean, it's one of her best cards, right? You're talking about a true rookie, a 1/1. I mean, it is gold. And granted, there's not a lot of like shine here. Like you can see, it kind of looks like more of a flat. It's not necessarily like a refractor finish, but a monster card, man, a monster card. And check this one out, Damien. I know you like this card, dude. We're talking about her first auto, man. And Damien, sneak peek. I got this card, dude. It's coming. It's in Austin. It'll be at the house soon. I got a PSA 10 silver Weili first auto to add to the display. Nasty, dude. Very nice card.
Yeah, beautiful, man. Congratulations.
Thanks,
Pick up PSA 10. Didn't miss on that one.
Yep. And I wanted to show that black, but both of these images won't show. So I mean, pretty big cards here. Now the black that's a lot. That's a 11,400, and that was in 2021, right? Which we know was like the most hype of the era. I don't know if we could see that price anymore. Now, if what we were speculating on earlier happens, maybe we see a price close to that. But I don't think that's necessarily in the realm of possibility. But she does have a huge fan base in China, man, and maybe there's some Chinese collectors that have big pockets and deep pockets, and maybe they'll spend it.
There is big money. And as I said, I actually think, regardless of where UFC cards are heading and trajectory, we talk about this all the time, where they'll be in 10, 15 years. I think, especially if you're looking at Chinese national pride fighters who already have established legacies like Weili, and we're putting her in the conversation of, top 3 women of all time already.
Mm-hmm.
I think these are solid. I'd say I even use the word. I'd be careful to use the word normally, but I think when you're talking about putting all these stars aligning, I think it's solid investment, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, we always talk about it, right? It's like speculation is something that's volatile. It's something that can go up and down very quickly versus, an investment is something where you're planning in the future. And in my opinion, it's more like a blue chip stock, right? Like when you buy these crazy big companies, can they go down? Yes, but you're not going to see, drastic drops in their pricing. I kind of think that's where we are with these type of Hall of Fame, these type of like GOAT type of fighters where their pricing is kind of cemented. If they were to lose, I do think you could see a dip, obviously, but it's not going to drop 50% like you could see with some of these prospects that haven't proven anything.